Hello my friends and welcome back to the rabbit hole and welcome to ULTA 21 Days of Beauty week number 2. Oh my goodness, you all, I have so much. I have so many products from this week, and as you may be able to tell, I am of course wearing them all. I got a bit carried away in doing my look today. Y'all, I gotta get some new wigs so badly. My favorite store is I don't think they're doing well. I haven't seen them come out with a new release or any kind of promotion in ages, so I just keep wearing the wigs that I have left, but like, oh, it's rough, it's rough. You know your wigs need to be replaced when they're just kind of not moving like hair anymore. It's a bit more Pippi Longstocking. If you are new here, hello, welcome. My name is Alice. I do videos on makeup, skincare, and deals, and you have, as you may have guessed, landed on one of Sid Deal's videos. There are always timestamps and links in the description box below if you want to jump to a specific day of this ULTA sale. And for those of you who are returning, hi, how are you all doing this weekend? Oh my goodness, I'm angry. I decided that I wanted the new face, and I think at least some of you know exactly where this little rant's gonna be going. I must have watched, let's see, maybe 6 hours of YouTube videos. Oh my goodness, some are more painful than others. It's funny, I feel like I got a taste of my own medicine, as they say. I was watching new face videos by people who were in their early 20s talking about how they saw anti-aging benefits from the new face device. Oh my, yes, indeed. Oh, what a relative concept. I remember feeling so old at the age of 29. I feel less old now that I'm actually in my 30s than the age 29. I don't know, I feel bad for this younger generation because I see them freaking out about aging at 21. What? In my day, at 21, you still rounded up to 25 because 25 was still goals. I don't think it is anymore. I don't get that impression. 25 was goals because you could rent a car more easily, right? You all know the deals start at midnight Central Standard Time, so at midnight Central Standard Time, I was ready to throw $100 to ULTA to buy one of these new face devices just to try it. I really wasn't super sold on it, but I felt like, you know, I have a channel here. I'll try it. I'll give you all an honest review. However, at midnight, the price didn't update. It was still showing $200, so I kept refreshing my cart. At about 12:05, it finally showed the correct price, so I went to place my order, and it was out of stock. ULTA, did you have 4 of them available? What the heck was that? I'm sure I'll get over it and go back to being ULTA's #1 fan. However, at the moment, really, if I see new faces on the website tomorrow for $200, I will be a bit perturbed. Let's go ahead and get into week number 2. We are starting with Sunday, March 21st, and I have tried 3 of 4 of these deals. So first up, we have the Buxom Full-On Plumping Lip Cream. I used to have quite a few of these. These were very popular back in the Jaclyn Hill era of YouTube. However, I still have a sample, and it is a sample of White Russian, the most popular one. Let me tell you, that was Jaclyn Hill's favorite. So I'm wearing it today. So here's the thing, these were so nice back in the day, but I feel like they have so much competition now. You know, in yesterday's video, I was wearing the Tower 28 lip gloss, and that one is just so incredibly nice. It's not a plumping gloss, but I don't really think this plumps your lips. I mean, if it did, my lips would look a lot bigger. Right. I think it just kind of feels like it does. I don't particularly love the minty feeling, and for $10.50, the reality is I would more highly recommend you the Tower 28 glosses, which are only $14 anyway. See, that's the thing, and this is what I'm noticing is the real recurring theme in the 21 Days of Beauty. These are kind of older products, and companies have figured out how to make really good products for less money. So actually, unless you are a big fan of these, and I know a lot of people are, so, you know, of course get them in the sale if you're a big fan of these. But if you're wondering, I have a lot of lip gloss favorites, do I need to try that one? The honest answer is probably not. Philosophy Purity Made Simple One-Step Facial Cleanser. So it is a nice cleanser. It's a nice, more gentle cleanser. What's the price gonna be on this? $12.50 for 8 ounces. That actually is quite a good price. It's not my favorite. I've tried a lot of cleansers and it's no longer a favorite for me, but it is a nice product. And I will say, I never object to getting samples of this from ULTA because it makes a fantastic brush cleaner. Although granted, you could say that for the vast majority of facial cleanser. If you ever have too much facial cleanser and you're like, what do I do with it all? Use it as a brush cleanser. Not unlike the Buxom lip glosses, I feel like this was so standout in its time because it was actually gentle. Whereas now, there's so many gentle cleansers on the market. The one that's on my wish list, and I'm planning to buy it as soon as I can get to a Target, is the Versed Gentle Cycle Milky Cleanser that I talked about in What's New in Skincare. Of course, if you like it, grab it in this sale, and I think that's going to be the last time I say if we have different opinions here, because please know that my comment section is always open. You can always disagree with me. I think that the more feedback we have, the more helpful it is for everyone. Okay, then we have the Smashbox Halo Healthy Glow Tinted Moisturizer SPF 25 for $18. This one does look really nice. Know that it does contain a chemical filter combined with physical filters. It's the one chemical filter I can use, which is octinoxate, which seems to be a much more sensitive skin friendly chemical filter. It's the only one that I know for a fact I can use, so that means something coming from me. I've heard a lot of good things about this. I actually really do like Smashbox. I hope this Smashbox does well. I've been feeling a soft spot for them in my soul with all the Becca news and the beauty community kind of freaking out. Is it just me or is the beauty community freaking out? Anyway, this does look really nice. I'm very tempted. 1.4 ounces, actually quite a nice size. Let me know in the comments below if any of you have tried this. It really is something I'm very curious about. And then we have a Diamond Platinum exclusive of MAC Powder Blushes. I only have the Pro format of these. I guess I can keep the lid closed. The MAC Powder Blushes, again, I don't think I need to tell you that this is not a new release in the slightest. MAC has been around forever. The two that I have are actually not in this sale. They have, on the ULTA website at all, they have 10 blushes, I believe. Yeah, 10 options. Desert Rose, Melba. Melba's pretty. Mocha. Raisin is super pretty also. If you have a favorite from MAC, drop a suggestion below because, yeah, I don't have any of these blushes, but MAC's blushes are very reliable. And yeah, these do come in a compact. I'm now throwing all this in my lap. I have, let's see, 4 out of 5 for this one. So Monday, March 22nd, we have the Pure Love Your Selfie foundation. This actually was gifted by the brand. I do more skincare than makeup on this channel, so it's actually pretty rare for me to say that. But anyway, yeah, this is the 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie foundation. Wearing this again today. The contrast from not wearing foundation yesterday is really jarring. I believe in the past I've called this have I called this full coverage? I think medium full is what I said. But now I feel like this is super full coverage, which makes me realize how relative coverage is as a concept. I think it's so incredibly relative. And when anyone tells you about the coverage of a foundation, you gotta look at them and say, what do you usually wear though? This is the shade LG6, which was a perfect match for me before I stopped leaving my house completely. Now it's a little tiny bit deep. What a year it has been, huh? I do like that it's a brilliant design. It's a pump, or you can open it up and you get the doe foot applicator inside. That's brilliant. The shade range is really nice. I actually think it's a great foundation. And $18 in the sale, not bad at all. I do have to say, for it being a much more full coverage foundation, I am floored by how nicely it sits on the skin, how flattering it is. A lot of higher coverage foundations kind of really draw attention to pores, to any fine lines, to any texture on your skin, and this one is a lot more forgiving, a much more forgiving full coverage, in my opinion, foundation. Grande Cosmetics Grandemascara Black Conditioning Peptide Mascara. So I don't really recommend you this one, even though, well, maybe. I'll try to explain this well. So I am wearing this one. It may not look too bad, but I do feel it's a little on the clumpy side. However, I will give it some credit where credit is due. It contains a peptide that is commonly used in lash growing serums or conditioning serums. And I was thinking I would initially come on camera and say, well, you can just go to CoverGirl and get a lash booster from them. But then I looked up the price of that and I forgot that some drugstore products are very expensive these days. So this is actually $1 less in the sale than the CoverGirl option. Otherwise, there's a lot of other brands that have that for a much higher price in their lash serums. That is not what Grande Lash uses. The actual lash serum is a, what's it called? A prostaglandin analog, whereas the ingredient in this is a peptide. So yeah, it could actually give you some really nice benefits for your lashes. The problem is I don't love the formula of the mascara. Mascara is tremendously relative, I feel, so I would tell you it's clumpy, but some people like that. Some people see that as volumizing. I don't love the brush though. See, I think it's too thin of a brush. Do you see how kind of messy it looks just from me picking that up? Wait, can you see that? Do I have to hold it in front of my face? So it's a bit awkward as a mascara, but it may give your lashes benefits. So yeah, $12.50 is actually a great price. It is. 50% off the Sunday Riley Power Couple Mini Kit. I bought the last one of these. This one has Good Genes and Luna in this sale. This is last sale with ceramic slip. I have not yet opened this because I actually was fortunate enough to get both Good Genes and Luna sent to me from Skin Store, so I need to put this in a giveaway. Good Genes and Luna are my top 2 products from Sunday Riley. Good Genes is a phenomenal AHA product. Luna contains a more gentle retinoid, which is actually a really great product to use on your neck. We don't talk enough about that. You wouldn't want to use some of the more harsh retinoids on your neck, but Luna's a great choice for that. And with Good Genes, I would tell you it's a great AHA for more mature skin. That one seems to really smooth fine lines. I don't think it's the best choice for people with acne-prone skin. I'm not actually sure Sunday Riley as a brand is best for acne-prone skin, but ooh, for aging purposes, anti-aging, what a nice kit. 14 bucks. Lancome Select Skincare. We have the Cream Mousse Comfort Creamy Foaming Cleanser, which isn't bad. It's not a favorite either. There is a cleanser that I like in this video. We'll get there eventually. The Toner with Honey. This one is nice, but it's just so hard for me to go back to these much more expensive brands knowing that Korean skincare is so good and so high in ingredients like honey and so affordable. Lancome is extremely scented and actually did not go that well for me because of that. Also, the Hydrogen Anti-Stress Gel Cream. I got that one from Influencer ages ago, but I ended up giving that one away. So yeah, if you like Lancome, get it in the sale. We said we weren't gonna say that anymore, Alice. But otherwise, I would genuinely recommend you drugstore and Korean skincare. Monday we're going to have a video showing you more of my favorites, and yeah, that's the direction I'm going in these days. 50% off the Benefit Cosmetics Roller Liner Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. Have not tried it. Have not tried this one. If any of you have, you know what to do. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Tuesday, March 23rd, oh thank goodness, I'll be able to put these Lime Crime palettes away. We're getting there. Crepe Erase 2-Step Advanced Body Treatment System. I have no idea, I've seen a few of their products popping up in these sales, still have never tried anything from the brand. 50% off Origins Ginseng SPF 40 Energy Boosting Tinted Moisturizer. I tried this a long time ago. I do worry that it's been reformulated just because it's been so long, but I could be right. I could be giving you an old review. If any of you have used this more recently, comment below. For me, this was a product that comes out white, just like any kind of mineral sunscreen, but then as you massage it into your skin, it turns kind of peachy. I'm looking at the description and I feel like it could be the exact same experience that I had. I actually did kind of like it. Just know with Origins that they are very, very scented. 50% off ofra highlighters. I grabbed my little palette of 5 of them here. These are really, really intense highlighters. I truly don't think I've ever seen as intense of a formula as ofra's highlighters. So I'll give you a quick swatch so I can show you what I'm talking about. They're just extremely metallic. Now, they're beautiful if you are into intense highlighter, but do know that if you have any kind of skin texture, it may not be the most flattering choice. I mean, of course, wear it if you love it. And if your skin tone is close to mine, I'd say your best choice is probably going to be Star Island. Star Island is the lightest shade. Pillow Talk is the most popular, but I'd say that's more for maybe NC20. And what's this one right here? Pillow Talk, that's that pretty pink one. And then we have the Lime Crime Venus palettes. Oh, I was such a big Lime Crime fan. I have to admit, what happened to me with Lime Crime is when Doe Deer initially supposedly quit, I believed them and I kept buying from them. And when she came back a second time years later and said, oh no, for real this time I'm actually gone from the company, that's when I just lost faith. So I've quit buying from the company, but I nonetheless confess to you, the formula on their eyeshadows is one of the best formulas I've ever seen. Are there any more eyeshadows in this sale? I can't remember for week 3, but we've had some really good eyeshadow choices in this particular sale. So I'm wearing Venus 3. I thought I'd wear this one. I saw a lot of people getting this in BoxyCharm. Bit of a pro tip for you. If you don't want to subscribe to BoxyCharm, but you want something that is going out through BoxyCharm, you should sign up for Mercari. Venus is the classic palette. It's super similar to Modern Renaissance, that type, so it's a little dated now, I would say. Venus 2, super similar to Subculture, a very interesting color scheme. And then, of course, Venus 3 is the purpley pink eyeshadow palette that I just absolutely love. Truly my favorite of the 3. Oh, it looks like we'll have the greatest hits in this one. That one actually might be a really good place to start, as that's some of their more popular shades. Okay, before we move on, let me make sure to tell you what I like so much about the Lime Crime formula. It's easy to work with. It's incredibly easy to work with. I gripe about eyeshadows that are not easy to work with. I do not like that super intense pigment where you have to really carefully and lightly blend. I do not have time for that, whereas this is a more buildable but still pigmented formula. It's really incredible. The sole reason that Lime Crime isn't one of the absolute biggest makeup brands out there is the founder. It is not the quality. The quality is amazing. It's the years and years of shady stuff that went down with that brand. Years of it. Okay, let's move on to Wednesday, March 24th. So we have the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion, and finally, it's not just the original. We actually have the anti-aging one. We have Eden. What's the 4th one? Oh, Sin, that's the Pale Nude Shimmer. This one right here is Eden. It gives you a nice base color. It's actually pretty to wear on its own also. This is like one of the worst swatches I've ever done. Jeez. Lord, Alice, what is that? Anyway, I'm trying to show you that the original is a little bit less matte than Eden. And the reason that's been so popular for so many years is because it's a great go-to. But a word of warning, do not stock up on eyeshadow primer. It will last you for so long. One of those tubes, easily a year. You just need so little product, you know, and I'm still part of the tinfoil hat group who believes that they changed to the wand because you kind of use up more of the product. You just end up over applying with the wand. Be careful to put it on the back of your hand and then add it to your eye. That's my recommendation for not overdoing it, because yeah, you need so little eye primer. Next up, we have the Lancome Cils Booster XL Vitamin Infused Lash Thickening Mascara Primer. I have rediscovered my love for this. I've had a bit of a mini mascara quest on this channel. I've been testing out 4 new mascaras, which is a lot for me. I don't usually test out that many at once. And I hadn't been using this or the L'Oreal. Take note of that. That will be important later. I instead was using the CoverGirl one. I also had one from Milani. And I do try to test mascara completely on its own with no primer because I know a lot of people don't use primer. Whoa, when I finally went back to this, I missed it so much, so much. I'm actually baffled that more people don't love lash primer. It could just be that you absolutely don't need it if you wear false lashes. You absolutely have zero reason to buy a lash primer. But if you don't, if you only wear mascara, here's what it does. It preps your lashes for mascara application, so you get a more even covering. It also helps the mascara to grip. I was having so much fallout with that new Benefit Magnet Mascara, started using this. We went from 100 fallout to 0. 100 fallout to 0? But I do feel there's not a tremendous difference between the Lancome version and the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Primer. Somewhere I have an ancient video comparing these, but the TLDR is that I think they're very similar. So do you want to pay $13.50 for it? That's not for this one. That's not a bad price, but you can also get the L'Oreal. 50% off Strivectin SD Advanced Plus Intensive Moisturizing Concentrate for Wrinkles and Stretch Marks. I'm so mad at myself, I forgot to include Strivectin in my little re-ranking all my brands series. Anyway, just so you know, I do like Strivectin, but now I've kind of forgotten a lot of my experience. I had a good experience with the brand. I believe I liked this, but I don't use it anymore. Okay, so I can see the app options this time. We have the Patchology Posh Peel, will be $10. I love that product. The claims are true. You really do watch dead skin fall away. You really do. Be prepared for it. That's all I'm saying. Zitsticka Goo Getter. 36 of these for under 10. Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna add that to my wish list because I need some hydrocolloid dots. The reason these are a lot cheaper than the other Zitsticka formula is that these are not the microneedle system. Aura Organic Aloe Gorgeous Vegan Collagen Booster. It's not actual collagen powder, but something far better for you. It is an organic blend of real plant extracts to help boost your body's production of collagen. Pea protein, acerola cherry, aloe vera gel powder. This actually looks really underwhelming to me, especially for the price. I see what they're going for with it being vegan, as collagen isn't vegan, but I don't know about the it's better for you. That's a very strong claim to make. Personally, I actually am a fan of collagen, and I do take it myself. It's not really doing it for me. It's not doing it for me. It looks like a health supplement, but if you want to take collagen, take collagen. If you're vegan, of course, I understand. But if you're vegan, I'd recommend ginseng or maybe coenzyme Q10. I started taking coenzyme Q10 myself. Thursday, March 25th, IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Full Coverage Anti-Aging Waterproof Concealer. You get so much product in this. 0.4 fluid ounces. Well, actually it's the same size as the Tarte Shape Tape. It's very thick. It's a very thick product. It's a fine concealer. I don't really love the delivery system. It's just a squeeze tube, but you can work with it with a brush. And I'm shade 11.0 Light Nude. Murad Nutrient Charge Water Gel. I did try this a while ago. This is certainly going to be more for oily skin as opposed to dry skin. It's not very hydrating or moisturizing rather for dry skin, but it is actually a really nice formula for oily skin. I was looking at the ingredients list on this, the amount of peptides, the ceramides, the urea, and usually you don't see all of those ingredients for oily skin. I feel like a lot of brands think that oily skinned people must always be 19 years old, and that's just not the case. It is certainly possible to be an older person and still have oily skin. So it's actually a nice formula. Fermented ingredients. Of course, those do have benefits as long as you are able to use fermented ingredients. 50% off the Tarte Big Ego Brow Collection. Okay, take this with a grain of salt. I have very, very fine and sparse and tiny little brows, but this is actually my holy grail, the Sketch and Set. It's wonderful if you need to build up a lot of brows. You should know the tip is not super fine, but it is kind of quick. It's a thicker, it's in between. It's in between size of, the slanted brow tip and the super fine tip, and it makes it pretty quick if you have to draw on a lot of brow. And then the other side, the brow gel is so thick that I absolutely think you're gonna hate it if you have thick brows, but if you have little sparse brows, this is amazing for adding a lot of color. And the shade taupe, or ash blonde rather, ash blonde, is perfect for me. Big Ego is okay. It's another alternative to Dip Brow. It's just a lot creamier. And it somehow still hasn't quite dried out. Oh my gosh, I've owned this for about a year at this point, and I just keep thinking it's going to dry out in the same way that Dip Brow does. You know how Dip Brow starts out really creamy? This is somehow still kind of creamy, so know that. Know that it's a bit more difficult to control. You got to really do the wiping it on the back of your hand thing, which... You know, I'll say this, I was thinking about this, your money goes so much farther with this type of a product. Truly, these kind of products can last you for a year, and this one is a much more affordable one. So $8.50 for a year of brows, you just have to get the hang of it. I think that every last one of us that started using products like Dip Brow, we all have a horrible time in our past where we do not want to see pictures of our brows because we didn't have the hang of it. We could not figure out how to use Dip Brow without looking like Sharpie brows. But you know, if you're on a budget and you're tired of buying even drugstore brow pencils over and over again, it might be worth it. It might be worth it to try out a brow pomade. We have a DIY brow detailing pen, but I haven't tried that one. And then also some brow and root camo kit. Well, this is intriguing. 4-in-1 brow and hair powder. It's for brows and hair. Mimics the multi-dimensional qualities of real hair. Fills in brows, covers grays and roots, fills in thinning hairline. Well, that's kind of intriguing. Let me know if any of you have tried that. We also have the Indie Lee products are back. Yes, I'm so happy about this. This is one of my absolute favorite toners. This is the CoQ10 toner. It is a beautiful mist that gives you a great boost of antioxidants before you even have to go any further in your skincare routine. Just spray it on. See, spray toner is a wonderful choice, especially if you're a busier person. If you don't want to keep, messing with cotton pads, you just grab a spray toner and it will help to increase the absorption of the products that you apply later in your routine, plus the antioxidant boost within here. It does have a very faint smell, but it does fade quite quickly. No added fragrance, you're just smelling the naturally occurring scent within this. As for the brightening cleanser, I admit that I haven't used this as much as I thought I would. It's actually a scent thing. I don't love the smell in this one. It's funny because it actually does kind of smell like strawberry oil, but in a strange way to me. It's a very natural smelling product, but it is a nice, very gentle cleanser. This is probably the best cleanser recommendation for this video. What's it going to be? $17 in this sale. Beautiful glass packaging, very simple and short ingredients list, all natural, no added fragrance. Indie Lee is a clean beauty brand, and the real strength of this is how gentle it is. It is a very gentle cleanser that does not leave your skin feeling stripped at all. And let me tell you, I think that is truly the most important characteristic of cleanser for most people. Some people may be able to use or do better with an active cleanser, but I think the vast majority of people just need a gentle cleanser. Friday, March 26th, we have Clarins Double Serum, $45. I've never seen this in one of these sales before, so this really does stand out a lot. Double Serum is a good serum, I would say, for anti-aging purposes. The idea behind Double Serum is you get these kind of two phases of serum, and the product itself mixes together. When you pump it, you get the two distinct sides. It's interesting though, I was looking at the ingredients and I was thinking the skincare community these days would look at this and say, honestly, it looks pretty underwhelming. We do the whole, oh look, there's fragrance in here, it's listed before phenoxyethanol, therefore it's at a high percentage. I just recently got a product in PR where they actually disclose the phenoxyethanol percentage, and it's at 0.37%. So much for using that as a 1% line doesn't mean anything when companies can make that order anything they want. So yeah, what it comes down to is this is actually loaded with a lot of antioxidant-rich ingredients. A lot more than I'm going to list in this video, and having gone through a couple of bottles of this, you really do see results. You do see hydration, you do see smoothing, you do see brightening, but I think that in the skincare communities, this would not be popular now. So what a bizarre situation to sit here and say, I watched it happen. I watched results from this, but I bet you anything, some of the top skincare YouTubers would say, no, that's a waste of money. I don't know what to tell you about that. I quite frankly don't know what to tell you. But yeah, I did like this. I think it's an expensive product, but $45? That's fair. Benefit Cosmetics Gimme Brow. I'm happy to see this in here. I think we have a really nice list of options here. So the Tarte Sketch and Set, that's for the skinny brow people like myself. If you have more full brows, Gimme Brow is a great option. It's actually got a really fine little tip on it, so it's great for controlling so you don't overdo this one. It still does have some fibers in it though, so it helps to increase the appearance of fullness to your brows. It's a good product. Lorac Face Palette. So I have 2 of the 3 that will be in this sale. The Conceal and Contour, one thing with both of these, they come with brushes, which is a nice touch. The new one, what is the new one called? Luxe Diamond Golden Hour, that one does not come with the brush, but I guess it's also $10 cheaper. So anyway, this is the Conceal and Correct. I don't think you need this. I think this is for professionals. The problem with palettes like this is that you are going to gravitate to only the shades that you need. You know, you don't need 4 different contour and bronzer shades. You don't need 4 concealers. And in fact, you're probably not going to find your perfect match from it's actually 3. That's a color corrector there. So, you know, you might buy it thinking, oh, well, I can mix and match, but are you really going to? Or are you going to buy a tube of concealer that's a perfect match for you? So I never use this. I regret that I bought it. The peach color corrector, not the right shade for me. These cream highlights, they were pretty, but I bought this when cream highlight was not a thing. You know, the ofra highlighters were. I think it's so funny, thinking back, we as a makeup community were talked into buying so many products that we didn't need. And I think that's the backlash that we're seeing now, where the makeup now that's trending is this much more minimal look. We didn't need stuff like this. We didn't need those, what was that, Anastasia, the lip palette? Remember, you could mix and match the colors and make your own lipstick. Nobody used that. Anyway, I digress. It's actually not any different with the powder contour palette. I did buy this in a sale, but I don't use this either. I don't need that yellow highlight. It's not the right shade for me. The beige highlight is too deep for me. This is an alright shimmer highlighter. What am I going to do with all of this, you know? The thing with palettes like this, how did we ever get talked into them in the first place, you know? This is not for one individual. This is for a makeup artist, pro. And that's great. That's wonderful for makeup artists. But the reason I'm bitter is because we were truly talked into buying products like this. So yeah, my final answer here is don't buy it. Just buy one shade that works for you. Oh, Kopari. We just talked about them yesterday. 100% organic coconut melt and coconut exfoliant crush scrub. The scrub is actually super nice. It smells so good. I'm tempted to buy it for that reason. A lot of people get very feeling a certain kind of way when we talk about that coconut melt, because it genuinely is 100% coconut oil. Hold on, it's been a while since I've actually looked at the price of this. Let's see if I fall over. It's $28 for 5.1 ounces of coconut oil. But it's in special barrels, they say. Anyway, the exfoliant crush scrub. Oh man, I want it so badly. It smells so good. That's the thing. That's the secret of Kopari that I don't know if everyone knows, is that their products smell incredible. App exclusive here. Okay, so we have Kinship Self-Reflect Probiotic Moisturizing Sunscreen. I came so close to paying full price for this. So glad I didn't. I just knew. I had it in my cart, and I said, no, you know that you can get some kind of a deal shopping ULTA. That's why it's your favorite store, Alice. So anyway, I'm gonna grab this because I've heard so many good things. We also have the Sand and Sky Travel Size Australian Pink Clay Pore Fining Face Mask. Actually, that's nice to see. So that'll be $12.50 if you just want to try out the Sand and Sky. quite a few items from Hey Honey in here, which I don't have a lot of experience with. And then Cannuka, we have the Harmonizing Face Cream. I finally got a sample of this. I did notice back when I did my original Cannuka video that the ingredients are practically the same as they are in the body cream. The face cream is lighter, which makes sense. Of course, it's lighter, so I think some people might prefer that, but my dry skin over here says, oh, I made the right choices all this time. The body cream was the right choice. Why? I feel like this is going to be a really long video. Have I been extra chatty, or do I just have a lot? Last day of week number 2, Saturday, March 27th, Tarte Maneater Mascara. I actually do really like this mascara. It reminds me a lot of Benefit's They're Real. It's got the same spiky wand. It's still very volumizing, but still good for separation, which is a tough combo. Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Lotion. Honestly, I think you either love this or don't. It's not too revolutionary these days. It was at the time. Get it if you love it, because truly it's not a bad price. It's not a bad price at all, even at retail. $29.50 for 4.2 ounces of a nice moisturizer. But yeah, personally, I have moved on. Becca Cosmetics Face Primers. Let's see what all the options are here. So Backlight, First Light, Evermatte, Skin Love, and then some of the travel sizes will also be 50% off. I would say I liked Backlight. It actually is a very pretty shimmering primer for under light to medium foundations. That's where it really has its chance to shine, if you will. I didn't like it under full coverage, but that's just because the full coverage detracted from the look. Beautiful under light to medium coverage, too much on its own. Way too much on its own. First Light Priming Filter has a bit of a purple tint to it. It does a little bit of color correcting in a very soft way, so it just kind of makes you look much more awake. Evermatte is difficult for me to review because I have dry skin, so I thought that was a bit much, but I'm sure people with oily skin love it. And then Skin Love. I don't think I have tried the Skin Love primer. Last item for week number 2, 50% off the DHC Deep Cleansing Oil. I do not recommend this to you. There was some drama that started up with DHC. This is a Japanese brand, and apparently they had made some rather negative remarks towards Korean brands. This has been a long video, so look that up if you're interested in more info. But yeah, I think it was really disappointing to see, and you know, I'm not going to support any kind of Asian hate. We have a lot going on in the world with that in America right now, and apparently overseas also. So that's pretty heartbreaking to hear, but you know, I'm not going to tolerate any form of racism. None of it. Zilch. Zip. So no, I can't recommend you a product from a brand that has said the kind of things that DHC did. But that is it. We've come to the end of week number 2. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. As always, share your thoughts. Share your thoughts in the comments below. How do you think the sale has been so far? Have you grabbed anything so far? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss week number 3, and I will see you all next time.